This Washington Post ABC News poll, national poll, shows Biden up by 12 points over President Trump, 52 to 42%. That's a 5-point increase for Biden since September. And in the battleground states, polling from CBS News YouGov shows Biden is up by 6 in Michigan, 52 to 46%. In Nevada, Biden also holds a 6-point lead, 52 to 46%. And in Iowa, the two are tied at 49% apiece. So what do you think of those polls, Joe, and what could be done in the final 3 weeks to try and turn that around for Donald Trump? What would his best strategy be?
You know, I don't know.
I can't think of one.
I've been thinking about it. And Jonathan Lemire and I have been talking about it a good bit. Jonathan, of course, let's just push to the side what we've been saying for 6 months, both on this show and privately, that it's early. It's not early. People have been voting for some time. And also, Jonathan, in your talking to Trump campaign and the Biden campaign, and my talking to the Trump campaign and the Biden campaign, you know, last week we said those numbers that showed 11, 12 points ahead for Biden in the swing states didn't make sense. These numbers sound like what we've been hearing from the campaigns. In Michigan, +6. No, it's not the 8, 9, 10-point blowout that Democrats have wanted. But as we've heard, the Trump campaign has been frustrated with a +5, +6 in Michigan and Wisconsin. Those are hard, solid numbers that just aren't moving. Nevada, the same, with a +6 there. A hard, solid +6 that just has not been moving. And then, of course, Iowa. Reasons for concerns because now suddenly Iowa and Ohio, 2 states that Donald Trump won, going away almost by double digits last time. Those things are dead even in the polls.
Let's start there, Joe. The fact that the president this week, as part of his return to the road, has slated an event in Iowa on Wednesday shows the level of concern that they have in the state of the race. That's a state they won by 9, I believe, in 2016. He's barely had to campaign there this time around because they felt like they safely had it in the bag. That is now not the case. Ohio's another. That's where Joe Biden is going today because the Democrats feel like that's a state very much they can put on the map. They feel like they're within the margin of error internally. That's a very close state as well. Another one the president won handily last time around. And if the president here, who is facing not just a shortage of time, but a shortage of finances, he has far less cash on hand than Joe Biden. He has far less the amount of advertising time reserved between now and Election Day than Biden. Biden is going to dramatically outspend him on ads across television. So what the president has left is himself. The greatest resource a candidate, of course, has is the candidate. A campaign has the candidate himself. Although this one, of course, there are questions about his health, whether he can indeed keep up a robust schedule. So he's got to go to places like Iowa right now and play defense. That just means it's less time he can spend elsewhere. And we know the battleground states that are going to likely decide this election. And indeed, those in the sort of the Great Lakes states of Michigan and Wisconsin have been extraordinarily frustrating for the Trump campaign, that they thought Michigan was always seen as a bit of a long shot, but Wisconsin was one they've zeroed in on for more than a year now, that they felt like that was the one of the 3, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, that old Democrat blue wall. Wisconsin was the one that they could pick off, they could get, and combine that with Florida and Arizona and North Carolina. That's your path to 270. But Wisconsin staying stubbornly out of reach, they've had to really double down for Pennsylvania, a state that's very hard as well because of Joe Biden's roots to Pennsylvania, his message to the white working class voters in that state. And even Arizona and Florida, though closer there, those are far from sure things either. With 3 weeks out, the president is scrambling. He's got to play a lot of defense, and he's facing deficits in pretty much every state on the board.
Yeah, you go in the Midwest, a solid +6 for Biden in Wisconsin, +6 for Biden in Michigan, Pennsylvania. Both campaigns suggest it's +4, +5 for Biden in those states. North Carolina, the Biden people are outperforming how they would ever expect that to be. I suspect that'll end up being too close to call as we get closer to the campaign. But right now, the Biden people feel like they're up a point or two in North Carolina. Georgia, a state that should not be in play right now, has been deadlocked throughout the entire campaign. You go to Florida, both sides say Florida is deadlocked. Maybe the Biden team right now feels like they might be +1, +2. The Trump campaign more worried about Florida than before, even though they think in the end they'll probably end up winning Florida. But a bad debate performance and the president's COVID diagnosis caused problems there. Then you go to Texas. That's leaning Republican right now. Trump should be ahead by 7, 8, 9 points. But even that, they have to worry about Texas right now. And then you go out to Arizona. And I'm sure you saw a spate of articles this weekend that showed that not only is the president having trouble in Arizona, but Mika, the entire Republican apparatus is going up in smoke because you've had a president trash John McCain, an Arizona hero for decades, a president who's been trashing John McCain through the years, and a senator in Martha McSally that remained quiet until recently about that. You have a state party run by right-wing extremists that, again, this is not hard.
Yeah, well,
if you play for the 30%, you're going to get, help me here, Republicans in Arizona, help me here, not hard, you're going to get the 30%.
yeah.
You're going to lose. And so, Mika, this, as I've said and as other people say, politics is a game of addition. Donald Trump has been playing a game of subtraction since his American Carnage inaugural speech. And I can't believe it because, I don't know if you know this or not, but I was a member of Congress once myself.
Yes.
And you would think that these Republicans would not be so stupid as to follow him off the cliff the way they followed him off the cliff for the past 4 years. And now they're paying for it, not just at the presidential level, but it looks like in states like Arizona, they could pay for it up and down the ticket. Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.